Hello, I'm Madeleine from Sheen Slings, and today I'm comparing the Close Parent Caboo carrier and the Koala Babycare Cuddle Band carrier. Now these two carriers are really similar to each other. They are both based on a stretchy wrap but pre-tied. So the idea with both of these is it's going to feel like a stretchy wrap, but they've done all the tying for you, so you can just slip them over your head and pop baby in. And they're both designed to be like two loops of fabric with an attachment at the back, so that you can literally just throw it on like so, pull down the part at the back, and then size for you and your baby, and then slip baby in. So this one is the Caboo carrier, and you'll see it is literally just like two loops of crossed over fabric sewn together with very simple part at the back, and then two rings at the side to allow you to adjust the sizing. And then if I grab the Koala baby carrier, you can see it's very much a similar thing. So we've got the two loops of fabric, a part at the back, and then the rings at the side in order to allow you to adjust between different shapes and sizes of parents. The big difference between these two carriers is that the Koala Babycare has this sort of bigger panel, and the Caboo has this sort of smaller crossover. The smaller crossover means this is a slightly more versatile carrier. It's possible to use this in a hip carry and a couple of other carriers. I actually made a blog post called 9 Ways to Use the Caboo. And the fact that this panel is so small means that we can do some things that we can't do with this carrier because the larger panel just makes it almost impossible. We can also twist the straps really easily to give more space around baby's face, which can be harder in this carrier depending on your body geometry and where these land, because this comes up higher, so then this fan out, it's less easy to then stretch, less easy to twist and manipulate the fabric. That said, some people really like the security and the feeling of this much larger back panel compared to this one. If you position them both right, they're both going to be super comfortable. If you get them in the wrong position, they're both going to be uncomfortable. So I think often parents think think this is going to be more supportive. I haven't particularly found it to be so, although one big difference is we do have a piece of material running under the rings. So some parents find, particularly if they're very petite, that the rings sort of dig into their side, and that happens less with this carrier because we've got that little padded bit here. However, the sacrifice is this is a bit more bulky. It's also made from quite a obviously plasticky sort of material with mesh on this side. So I do also find, like, particularly if you're not wearing if you're only wearing like a little cami vest, or only a bra underneath, it can get a bit sweaty. Although if you're in a t-shirt, you're probably fine, but it can be a little bit sweaty and a little bit less natural feeling than compared to this one, where it's the same fabric all over. In terms of the fabric, the Caboo fabric feels slightly nicer. So we've got a cotton polyester blend, which is really very soft, but very lightweight. The Koala Babycare, I have two versions. This one is the full cotton version. It's a little bit heavier. It's very soft, but not quite as soft as the Caboo. And then there's the Cuddle Band 1 is a polyester. It's soft, but it's slightly more synthetic feeling compared to the Caboo. Again, doesn't feel quite as nice. It is very light, and sort of, yeah, much lighter than this, and possibly slightly lighter than the Caboo, but yeah, it doesn't feel quite as nice. And that said, there is also a price differential. So Koala Babycare are available on Amazon, and the cheaper one, the Cuddle Band 1, is I think 35 or 40 on Amazon, and then this one is a little bit more, but not wildly more. This one, the Caboo, this is the light version, and this is £55. I do retail these, and you can find them on with various retailers as well. but they're the main differences. I do have to say I slightly prefer the material and I slightly prefer the versatility of this one, but they are both really, really similar and are used in really similar ways. So for most people, there isn't going to be a huge difference either way, no matter what you choose. If I pop this on, either way, I'm going to pull that down. I'm going to size through the rings to make sure I've got enough space to put my baby in, but not too much space. And then I'm going to gently put my baby in. The final difference between these two carriers is to do with the band that then ties onto this carrier over the top. So I put my Koala Babycare on. So in both of these carriers, the baby goes in exactly the same sort of way. We pop them into the cross and then we can make adjustments. And now you can see what I mean about twisting on this one. If, like me, you can get that quite low down, it's actually not too bad to twist, but if you have a shorter torso than me and that's higher, it can be very uncomfortable to twist. With the Caboo, because it's lighter, it's usually much easier to twist no matter your body size. With the Koala, this part for tying on is much wider than on the Caboo, and so I'm going to use some of the length to make a little bit of more support for baby's neck, and it's much, much longer, so I can easily come round and tie in front of me. And this can make quite a big difference, because some people find tying a knot behind them much, much, much harder, or for larger parents, for more plus size parents, having that extra length can make it easier to tie behind them too. For most people, I would say there's no real difference. They would happily be able to tie either, but I have had the odd one or two particularly larger dads who have found that they're sort of tying right in the end of this one and they find that uncomfortable, and so having the longer length. So you can see by comparison with the Caboo, I have to tie behind my back. I don't have enough length to come back, and I don't have quite the same width, but I still have some width, so I can still make a roll if I need to. So if you have any questions about these two carriers and you're deliberating between them, please do get in touch or ask in the comments section below. If this has been helpful, please do like and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I look forward to hearing your questions, and I will put links both to purchasing this one on Amazon or purchasing the other one through me in the description below. Oh my gosh, I'm running out of my words. In the description below. But any questions, please let me know, and I hope this has helped.